April is Alcohol Awareness Month, and alcohol misuse remains one of the most significant and preventable public health challenges in the United States.
Dr. Ken Stewart, Assistant Professor of Primary Care at KCU Joplin, is here with facts on health-related diseases related to alcohol and ways you can determine if your relationship with alcohol is a healthy one. I'm not sure any relationship with alcohol is a healthy one, but we're going to sort of address that about what to watch out for in the weeks ahead.
Yes. And why are we concerned about this?
Yeah.
Because 178,000 people have injuries and death attributed to alcohol use. So I guess you can't use the term alcoholic anymore. You have to use the term alcohol or substance use disorder because it is a disorder and they recognize that. But let's look at some of the numbers. Okay. So 1 out of 6 people, actually 3 out of 6 people don't drink any alcohol at all. So about 50%. So of those 6 people, 2 people will have binge drinking where they drink heavily at times at one sitting.
There are that many binge drinkers out there?
Yes. And a binge drinker is considered, we talk about, quantities to qualify it. And so women that sit and have 5 drinks, and what we're talking about is either 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of harder liquor, gin, vodka, rum, that kind of thing. And so for males, that number goes up to 8. Okay, when they're sitting down. For heavy drinkers, that's people who drink every day. The CDC says that if women are drinking about 8 drinks a week, or if men are drinking, which I was surprised at, 15 drinks a week, they're considered heavy drinkers.
I would say.
Yeah.
But we can limit our alcohol, go by those guidelines and stick with maybe 1, and you can do it moderately and it's a lot safer, but really none of it is safe because of health issues.
Absolutely. Alcohol affects every organ in your body. And, the thing I really want to point out to the viewers is that nobody knows whether or not they're going to end up with an addiction to alcohol or any other substance for that matter. So if you don't drink alcohol, you're not missing anything. It does seem to relax you during parties and things like that. But really, if you're not drinking, it's not a habit you really want to pick up. And if you do, again, everything in moderation. So,
are there people who are pre-selected or predilected towards alcoholism? I mean, people who are more able to adapt around it. I don't know if there's a better way to say that, actually.
Well, it's interesting because there are certain enzymes in your body, and some people don't process alcohol very well. So those individuals are more likely to become intoxicated with lower amounts of alcohol. There is a genetic component to it, so if there's alcoholism that runs in your family or alcohol use disorder, there's a good possibility you may be prone to that. But here's the thing, Gary. What we don't know is who is going to become, dependent on it and who's not. So, the reality of it is, if you don't drink alcohol, really no benefit in picking up and drinking. If you do drink with moderation and be aware of some of the signs. If you're trying to hide your alcohol consumption, if you're getting into trouble at work, you're showing up late to work, having kind of some legal issues, or if somebody points out to you, I'm really concerned about your drinking, those are kind of red flags to pay attention to and say, I really need to start thinking about my alcohol consumption.
This is all such good advice, it really is. And like you said, if you're not drinking, don't pick it up. Just leave it where it is because it does cause health problems even in small amounts.
It really does. And I mean, it's getting more expensive too. So I mean, it's not a cheap habit to, imbibe upon. So, if you don't drink, you're just going to save that money for other ways.
Sure. And if you think you may have a problem, are there places you can go for help?
You can always go to your healthcare provider and they can get you connected. I believe they're going to put up a metric or a prop that says basically some places you can get in contact if you have a substance use disorder of any kind. And they're very, very helpful. They kind of help lead you. They have a questionnaire you can fill out to find out, am I at high risk, am I at moderate risk, or am I at low risk of having a substance abuse disorder.
Probably a good thing for us all to take a look at because
a
lot of those alcoholics will say, I'm not an alcoholic.
Sure. And you think about it, increased incidence of cancer, increased incidence of heart disease, increased incidence of liver disease. I mean, all of those kinds of of things,
All tied in.
then the legal ramifications can be tremendous.
Just
you
stay
so
away
much,
from it and
Doc.
play it safe, right?
Exactly.
Thanks so much, Doctor.
Yeah, of course.
And still to